petty revenge on an old roommate and her finding out 20 years later. So this was a long time ago, a little after I graduated college. I had just gotten my first job and was looking to move out of my parents' place. My aunt's best friend bought a house for her kids that were going to the very university I got employed at, and they needed roommates to help with the mortgage. It was a split house with a basement suite. I thought I'd be moving into the basement with her son and his friends. But upon moving in, I found out I was sharing the upstairs with her daughter. I knew the daughter Nicole from high school. She was 2 grades below me and had the reputation of being an uptight snob and a teacher's pet rat. My aunt insisted she had matured since then, and since I grew up with 3 sisters, it would be fine. The first month was okay, but slowly, her true colors started coming out. Started with post-it notes on my bedroom door. Things like, "You're too nosy at night. Can you be a bit quieter? Can you put both toilet seats down?" To bigger things like, "Can your girlfriend cannot spend the night? After you shower, do a full clean of the bathroom." She claimed that all boy piss in the shower, so I had to clean it after use with cleaning produces. Post-it note on the counter pointing to a single crumb stating, "I need to clean up all my messes." She'd also throw out any of my food that was in the fridge for more than 3 days, stating that it would spoil her food and ruin her milk. Her milk going sour was always because of my old food, not because she bought a 4-liter jug and it took her a month to finish it. She complained any time my friends were over that they loud and messy slobs. Mind you, my friends were only over to pick me up or to meet up before going elsewhere, so they are at the most were there for a max of 30 minutes and hung out in my room. Her boyfriend was over all the time with his friends. They would leave half-eaten takeout everywhere. Sometimes, they'd be there for days at a time. But after they left, it was always my mess or my friend's mess, and I had to clean everything up. Oh, and her BF always ate my food and drank my beers. But if I used a bit of one of her condiments, I had to replace the whole thing. Anytime I confronted Nicole or called her out on her BS, she ran off to her room and shut the door. Our rooms shared a wall, and she'd wait till I fell asleep, then kick, punch the wall, and scream for 2 to 3 hours like a lunatic. I brought up her behavior to her mom multiple times, but she never believed me. Nicole would constantly whine to her mom, which resulted in calls from my aunt bitching at me about how she did this favor for me and all I needed to be was good roommate. It got to the point I told my aunt to piss off Fan that her best friend's kid was a nut job. She also didn't believe my side of the story. One night, my GF called me in a panic. Her apartment flooded, and she needed a place to stay. I told her I could sneak her in for the night, and then the next day, we'd ask the Banshee if she could stay for a bit. My GF accidentally dropped a glass, which woke Nicole up. Nicole didn't know my GF was there that night and assumed it was me, which resulted in her kicking and screaming session. My GF did not stay at my place after that, but she did tell everyone in the 3 classes she shared with Nicole at the university they went to about how much of a pycho she was. This did not improve my living situation, it made everything worse. Shortly after, I broke my rental agreement, losing $500 and the damage deposited because Nicole had a meltdown and punched holes in the wall of her room, which somehow was my fault. I was told by Nicole and her mother I had to do a full cleaning of my room and the bathroom before I moved out. Here was my petty revenge, since according to her all boys piss in the shower, I did just that and more. I pissed in her shampoo and conditioner, on her toothbrush, and in her skin lotion. I only told my friends this and eventually my aunt a year later after she brought up how I was a shitty roommate to her best friend's daughter, thought my aunt would have said something to her friend but apparently she kept it to herself. Fast forward to a couple of weeks ago, I'm at a pub enjoying drinks with some friends, when Nicole and her husband boyfriend from our time living together join our group. Nicole's husband apparently works with one of the people at our table. It's been 20 years, so I don't even bring anything up. But because Nicole and her husband are still shitty people, they go into telling everyone how much of an inconsiderate roommate I was 20 years ago, especially because I was apparently a charity case, and how Nicole's mom pitied my living situation and let me live there. Most of my friends at the table have known me and have met my family, so they knew they were full of shit. Here's when I told Nicole what I did to her stuff. Even after 20 years, the look of sheer disgust on her face was priceless. They left immediately after that. Edit. I had completely forgotten about Nicole until she showed up at the pub. Edit 2. For all the grammar and spelling Nazis, yes, I graduated college but in biological science, not literature. Also I'm writing right now post-Halloween parting drunk.